So when I did that Torah portion, I was talking about how the Lord has appointed each and every one of us to this tabernacle, to a tabernacle, whether it's here or in the community. And then last week, we had the Torah Portion Chukat, where God made it very clear who he had appointed in that tabernacle. And he had definitely separated them. And I think, in my personal opinion, I don't want to read too much into it. I'm just going to go over the things that stood out to me. I feel that kind of went to Aaron and Moses' head just a little bit. And we can see that when we read in this Torah portion when they were faced with a large dilemma. They were faced with no water, which is a huge deal, especially when you're leading this huge tribe and all these animals. And they were very concerned, and the people were starting to grumble. And I wanted to read from Numbers 20, verse 10. Moses and Aaron gathered and assembled in front of the rock, and he said, "Listen now, you rebels. Must we bring you water from this rock?" Then Moses raised his arm and struck the rock twice with his staff, and water gushed out, and the community and its livestock drank. It was a miracle. It was wonderful. But Adonai said to Moses and Aaron, "Because you did not trust in me so as to esteem me as the holy in the eyes of Israel, therefore you will not bring this assembly into the land that I have given to them." That must have been a huge blow. You've been leading these people for such a long time, dealing with their grumbling, seeing all these miracles, and now you're being told that you're not going to even see it. You're not going to walk into it. And, this happened almost right away for Aaron. Later in this Torah portion, they were led to a mountain, and the mantle was passed from Aaron to his son, Eleazar, and all of the community mourned for 30 days. And it wasn't until later that Moses was able to go on a different mountain and see into the land, but not touch it, not walk into it. So as I was reading over this Torah portion, I was asking the Lord to send the Holy Spirit. I was asking him what he wanted me to say, what he wanted me to convey, that it wouldn't be my words, but his. And I feel like we are being called into a season of humility. They're looking over this Torah portion, what Moses and Aaron were called to do, and they fought it, and then they were like, okay, yes, we're really appointed, and now we're getting a little too high and mighty, in my opinion. I feel like each and every one of us is coming into a season of humility and waiting. And whatever that means for each and every person. But for me personally, it was the Lord asking me to check myself, check my heart. Is what I'm doing and how I'm doing it showing each and every one of you and showing the Lord what I'm worshiping? I find that in recent days, I've been thinking about, how do I show my worship? How do I show him my love? And I endeavor to follow the law, but we all fall short in that. That's why we have Yeshua. But for me, it came down to time. This is what the Lord has been leading me through. And it was, where is my time? Is my time raising my children in the Lord? Is my time scrolling on my phone? Is my time spent in some form of worship to him? And honestly, there's some days where the answer is yes, and there's other days where the answer is no. So I know for me specifically that I am being led into a season of praise and worship and humility. And looking at current events, not only with a lot of our congregation moving and with the state of the world, I think it's time for us to rise up and to show the world who we worship. We show the world how we worship, and that brings them to their knees to worship as well. So that is what I got from this week's Torah portion.